I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You have a chance to look at it. Okay,
Make a motion to approve this agenda.
I'll second the motion. Motion from Stenger and a second from Derby to approve the minutes and agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Let's see. First one's at 9:05. So we can start handing things out for it.
Yeah, that's right. There's one on there. We'll send it around after that.
Mike, that drawing shows the locations of everything we're going to be talking about in drainage this
Yeah.
morning.
I have a question while we're waiting here. Who has control of a non-district?
Ground that's not in
Ground that
this,
is not in a district.
well, it'd just be land rights. I mean, there's a whole section in the code
Well,
about
here's the problem.
individual.
Here's the situation. I got one up by Emmons that's not in a district. There is people that are disposing of trash and it's causing problem for a landowner. He's got a fence and then his calves are getting out because it rips the fence down. Who has control over that?
The garbage is contributing to this?
Yeah, trees and,
Mhm.
it knocks the fence.
Well, if it's nuisance type things, there's sections in the code where the sheriff's department has
Oh,
jurisdiction.
okay.
If
It's actually a
nuisance
touchy,
items-
it's a touchy situation because it's Minnesota, Iowa,
Yeah, Emmons.
Yeah.
Remember in high school, we played Emmons. Yeah. Yeah, I think the sheriff's department's now, you might need to have your county attorney involved just to be sure you're covering your rights
I would say
properly.
the county attorney would be.
Yeah, bring them into the picture, but there's personal property rights that should protect that.
Okay,
You never know.
Other than that drainage, we don't have any
Yeah.
control. We can't
No.
tell any landowners what to do
yeah.
yeah.
Nor do we want to.
Right,
There you
right.
go. True, very true.
Don't go there. All right,
Yes.
it's 9:05. We'll have the final public hearing for DD1 Lat 2.
I'll make a motion to open that public hearing.
I'll second it. A motion from Sender and a second from Derby to open the final public hearing for DD1 Lat 2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
We previously submitted a letter with a final pay estimate for this project. Following completion of a project, you have a completion hearing. You have to give notice to the people along the project for that. The final pay estimate is just for the retainage. Now, there may be some slough-offs out there yet that have developed following completion. We're already arranged with Larson to work on this one, Lat 4, and some on the main ditch of DD1, where things have sloughed off. Last year was just a disaster.
So Parsons will be doing all the slough off?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's how we've got it set up for now. If they're interested, they do good work. You guys have used them quite a bit in the past, and we can see why. They've been very good to work with. So we're recommending that this project be accepted and the retainage of $10,345.83 be paid.
I'll make that motion. Oh, I can't do
Can't.
that.
Yeah.
This is a public hearing.
It's not up for,
So,
I'm ahead of myself, I'm sorry, guys.
now, the Horns had a question. I know you indicated that you had previous paperwork that showed you in Lat 2, you think?
Yes,
And
Now this
she-
letter is
We have
not
another
for-
meeting scheduled for a month from now. We're kind of wondering what the dual.
So wondering why there was a change there.
I don't know
Mistake
what's
made
happening.
Earlier on the lat two.
We have a
They
meeting
did not.
today. We had a letter for today and for the 14th of next month. Is there?
Oh, because DD1 is that the final hearing?
Oh,
for
for
the
the,
ditch.
for all,
For the whole
everybody
ditch.
pays into
We
that.
had 3 different things going. This lat was cleaned and it was a project. This lat was cleaned and it was a project. And the whole ditch was cleaned and that was a project. So depending on what you were in,
So your lat 4 that you're a part of pays into that whole big project, but not the one we're
summary.
talking about now.
right.
So, yeah, there's a little confusion there.
So if, are you in lat 2? Yeah,
No,
That's what this says.
yeah, lat 2.
The letter that we got recently says lat 4.
so what are you guys
Oh.
in?
She's
Lap 2, and that's where the home place is.
lat 2, and that's, yeah, where the acreage
Yes.
is in, on her farm.
See, that's lat 4. Isn't it? The sub
You
1?
don't have your May one?
Well, nothing has changed. I mean, as
No.
far as
Oh,
computer
so I'm
wise.
confused here, because
Mhm.
their tile, well, no, it's lat 2 of sub 1 that you're talking about.
So do you have your May letter?
That's the confusion. The
Okay.
one we're talking about is lat 2 of DD1.
Yes,
And that farm where you guys are all at is lat 2 of sub 1 of lat 4, or just sub 1.
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember that now, yes.
So,
Oh, and then the
We're
May
confused.
14th
Yeah, I
one
can
is
see
for
why.
the whole,
the whole project.
yeah.
And that's cleaning of 1, which everybody's paying into that.
so really, the one we're talking about right now has nothing to do with any of you unless you're part of that lat 2 somewhere. That goes up past Ernie Langru's
Or the
and
lat 4.
up to Harmon Lake and
This one is supposed to include lat 4 too? Also? Also?
well,
No, DD1,
Now, look it up.
DD1 starts here and it goes all the way to the river. Lat 2 comes up. Lat 4 comes up. We cleaned this and we cleaned that, so that's a project. So you would have gotten a letter saying we finalized that. This is a project, but all of this water dumps into that main ditch that goes to the river. So you're using all of it,
but
make
they
sense?
are not part of,
yeah.
Sharon is not part of
So-
lat 2 of DD1.
Okay,
I'm what?
you're not part of the,
Whatever you got a letter for is what you're a part of.
Item
I got
number
both
2
two
is
letters.
not,
Okay.
we got 2 not what you are
Right,
part.
because we have a final on 2 things.
Yeah.
One
So-
is next month, one is this month.
Well, they are part of the lat 1, or the lat 4 of DD1 on the next item.
Okay.
They are not part of the number 2.
Okay. Because without seeing your physical letter, I don't know what lateral you're.
Because lat 2 is the first lateral
Here's-
that goes north.
here's her,
So she's in DD1 lat 2.
and then the
And then the
overall whole
DD1,
one,
yes.
and not 4.
Ours says 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're in DD1 lat 2, you're in DD1 lat 4.
So how does that
No,
work?
no, they're in the same farm.
We're on the same.
I don't know.
That's the
So
confusion.
where's
Okay.
your paperwork at?
This is mine.
This is
Can I
Sharon's.
look at that?
We just have the house.
Yeah, but you got a 4 one.
There could be common boundaries
Yes,
on
and
that.
the 2 farm.
You can have parcels
No,
that
this
are in
is-
both,
Before.
Oh.
Right,
because they're so close together.
right.
But I didn't think there was a watershed that went the other way up.
Where is my,
I have,
we need an engineer.
Ooh, I don't,
this has the map of lat 2.
okay. I'm gonna go grab my constipation.
I want to make sure you don't get billed for something you're not part of.
Right.
Well, that's why we're here.
So we here to confirm or object? Is that why our presence is
If
needed?
you have a problem with how the work was done, I mean, it's a repair, so there's no way you can stop any repair that's already been done, or Iowa code says if there's a repair to be done, it has to be done.
Since we don't farm it, we certainly didn't inspect it.
No,
You know, we were never down there.
but right now on item 2, you're not a part of this one. You're gonna be a part of number 3, the one after this.
Oh, I see.
Because
Sorry.
you're sub 1, lat 2, that dumps into lat 4. Yeah, it's a confusing area.
Sorry to interrupt then, I guess.
No, that's okay. We're just trying to get everything sorted out. 'Cause they're in the same farm, so I just wanna make sure that there isn't a small section.
Yeah, it can't be a different drainage district. I mean,
All
it
goes
can't
the
be,
same direction,
yes.
doesn't it? Yeah,
nothing goes north, nothing goes,
right, because
I mean-
it's a big hill around you. And the only low part is where Ron Peterson is, and that part goes south, so.
Yep.
His north part of his farm goes north.
yeah, his south part goes right across hers.
Right.
And then, I'm surprised Andersons aren't here, because I'm sure they were, but maybe
Probably
theirs
out
weren't,
farming.
yeah. But maybe theirs weren't questionable, I mean, the numbers on it,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you're thinking you're not in the lateral 2,
No, they shouldn't be, really.
I guess we'd have to look at how the
Do you
classification.
have the map of the lat 2? And I can show
Yeah,
you.
just put the map up and then we'll be able to see.
Can you
I
bring
think
it
I
up?
brought that whole file.
We can bring it up thing and we'll show.
I think that'll help explain it a little bit.
And it depends on what parcel is being talked about. If she has multiple parcels, the house might be in one and the parcel we're talking about 2 might be in another.
That's a possibility.
You know what I mean?
That's a possibility.
So she lives somewhere else?
So she might have more than one parcel.
Oh.
She has she's
You know what I mean?
110 acres or.
Right.
Yeah,
And where's that at?
right next to it, it's one big piece.
So that's what I'm saying is maybe.
So there's probably an
part of it-
east parcel and a west parcel. So that might, I don't know, guys, it really gets confusing.
Yeah.
Try being.
Especially when we're just the house and we don't need the drainage.
Right.
Well, your surface water goes into it, so you don't get to get out of it. Of
You
drainage.
need the drainage.
You need it.
Yeah,
Septic and that, well.
Didn't help that.
Okay, let's show them that while we're
It didn't,
getting a break.
it didn't help that.
This is a low one from years ago.
And
Yeah.
and what we've determined
And-
on that is because of all the tiling going on up above, it's storing down below.
They want a tile out here. And over here, running this way is what's causing this. And we've had it, well, I walked through it and it's,
Yeah.
you know, this deep.
That's on the north side of the road, then?
So you're pulling
No.
up the-
Oh, that's in the.
Oh, yeah, it's north side of the road.
North side of the road,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. Something
What did they lose?
thing.
Is that me?
So there's,
alright, hold on, I
that's,
can't make this.
that's not it. Maybe sub 4-3.
Here, trying to get the whole map over here. So,
So there's Rembrandt there, and it's north of Rembrandt.
oh, so here's. This is lat 4,
So we're showing lat 1,
and this is lat 2.
yeah, and I can't figure out how 2 connects to Sharon up there.
Well, the district, Lat 2 and Lat 4 border on each other, so there can be parcels,
The
Can you
watershed.
the watershed.
see where it says lat 1 of, north of Rembrandt there? That main and then lat 1?
That,
Up. Oh, wait a minute, where are we at?
this is the lat 2, or lat 4 right here.
Okay.
Shut up.
Put on my glasses.
So I think zoom into that area there a little bit.
Okay, so, but right now, we're talking about lat 2.
Right, we
which
wanna
is
make sure
over-
that they're
right.
not in lat 2.
Right, so lat 2
drag
is-
it down just a little
Is
bit.
here.
Drag it down a little bit so you can see farther north. So we've got
That's the outside of the
sub one.
highway.
So,
Well, this way doesn't look at the district lines.
Well, it is. It is there. That purple would be lat 2,
no, the purple is a totally another district.
is it?
Yes, DD1 is all one color, no matter what
That's
lateral
part
it
of
is.
runs there, yeah.
We just don't have the watershed on here.
Pull it down a little more.
That's DD19.
And this DD19 go into lat 2. You see lat 2 goes up there?
Nope.
Right to it?
Nope, there's right here.
So pull it down a little bit.
Yeah, I wanna see where 19 goes. See? There's a ditch that goes up to, it connects. 19 dumps into lat 2.
Okay.
That's why I think just an ever so slight portion of her land might be going to the north. But horns are not in that. So pull it back up. Well, I don't know about 19. They show a 1 there also on the right. There's 2 different colors. There's kind of a grayish purple on the left that's 19. I thought I saw it said 1 there.
Yeah, because the 1 is somewhere.
Yeah,
But all of
I
this
see
is-
1 at the bottom of the purple there.
Yeah,
So that's part of that.
that is DD1.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Maybe
it
one
comes,
watershed.
just barely comes into her property in the northeast 40 of her property, probably. Does that make sense? Just barely, it's very little that goes into,
Yeah, the way that lays that probably,
so drag it back up.
back in your back corner.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So just a little bit. It doesn't seem like it, but yeah, there is a pocket up there that probably drains to the north.
Seems
Yeah.
strange, but maybe, yeah.
Because there's that pocket and then it kind of goes around the other hill to get out of there.
Mhm.
So it probably is valid. But we're just talking a couple acres probably up there.
Yeah, not sure. I'd have to look at that printout.
That's why you got the notice. Well, now that we got that figured out.
So everybody good?
Getting better.
Okay.
Nobody's good.
Well, no, but for this.
Yeah, this is
I think
why-
that did clear up, yeah.
I didn't think it went in there, but yeah, it does.
So we're between lat 2 and lat 2A.
Right. You're right along lat 2. It parallels your driveway and goes past your grove, and you can see, almost see your grove on there. I think the original tile kind of nicks your grove there in the corner.
Yeah.
So you're actually lat 2 of sub 1.
Okay,
That would be the next one.
okay.
Okay, is there any other comments on the final public hearing for DD1 Lat 2? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to.
Yep.
Close. I will second it. I have a motion from Stenzer and a second from Derby to close the public hearing for DD1 Lat 2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We will now open the final public hearing for DD1 Lat 4.
Make that motion.
I'll second it. Motion from Stenzer and a second from Derby to open the final public hearing for DD1 Lat 4. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, so this is the one you all have more interest in, if you have a problem with how they did the work or what still needs to be done. You know, I know the ditch is not along that property, but that's where most of the work was done, was on the ditch, out of the ditch.
That was done by Rodness Brothers. And what we've got is the final pay estimate showing the retainage of $3,764.84. Same situation, if there's any slough offs, we're gonna be finding them and working with Larson's to correct those. Yeah, but those wouldn't be part of the project.
So what was the dollar amount, and that was to Rugness, or that was engineering?
This is for the ditch that connects by Rembrandt to
Yep.
the ditch.
Yep,
So what we're paying is the final 10% to the contractor.
They already got
Through
90%.
the whole project, yeah, we paid only 90%. And that way, if there's anything at the end that comes up, we can hold that 10%
Usually
back.
it's the people that have property along there that
Sure.
have a problem with it.
but Rugness Brothers did the work,
Yes,
so why wouldn't Rugness Brothers do the slough?
just, it's
Because
a
they
lot of
did such
messing
a
around.
small portion.
Yeah, it's a lot of messing around to come back for. And
Instead of
it's
two.
above and beyond.
Yeah, because Larson's is gonna finish all the big ditch.
Think of it as just another repair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good, Mike.
And since Larson's already there, it's gonna be cheaper to have them come do it.
Yeah.
And most
So
of
has the breakdown on what it's gonna cost everybody been done, and,
I don't have it right this second, but I can.
okay, so if Sharon wants to know what hers
Yeah.
is, she can come over to you after the meeting, or,
Yeah, I'm gonna be in here all day, so maybe I can call you later, if that's okay.
All I can say, Sharon, is this should be it for your lifetime.
Okay.
For the ditch cleanout.
Yeah,
This
and the
is-
whole total project was 37,000, so it's not a monster project.
And it goes over how many acres?
I don't have
That
that,
district
unfortunately.
is. It's a large area, so it gets spread out pretty good. All the laterals in that sub one all pay into it, and then everything down below in that peak bog, they pay for it. So it's a pretty good sized area that pays for it.
How do we get billed?
Next
It
September.
goes on your September tax statement, so when you get your next one.
Will we know in advance the amount?
If you wanna call me, you can, yeah, or I can give you a call.
Just call this office.
Yes,
34.
or I have you on here with your phone number, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I can call you.
Yeah, and
Yep.
leave a message if we don't answer.
Yep,
Thank you.
sounds good.
That'd be great.
sometimes you have to sell your firstborn, just in case you want to,
Cleanouts usually aren't too bad, but
I know.
yeah,
And an acreage isn't gonna pay as much as what Sharon would pay. Cause like up at Rice Lake, all those parcels up there, how much did you have to pay there?
I don't know, mine was $100 or something.
Yeah,
Oh, I could handle that.
Yeah.
But we're saying 37,000,
Oh, no,
Oh.
that would be the whole project,
no,
everyone
there's
that's.
a lot of acres.
I'm
in
gonna,
this.
gonna have to get 5 jobs.
how much,
I'm gonna just off the top of my head, crazy thinking, your property's $75.
Maybe
Okay, thank you.
yeah, cleanouts, even in a fairly expensive cleanout, maybe $40 an acre. But this probably has enough acres involved, it's less than that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how much you have with the acreage, how many acres you have, but that'd make a difference.
so. Remember how big your acreage is?
4 point something.
About 5.
Oh, good night, yeah.
It won't be that.
I got 10 acres on a $110,000 bill, and mine was $800. And I don't get any benefit from it.
It's
That's just the way it is.
build a whole new system,
That's when it hurts.
that's.
There you go.
That's when
And
you-
tile projects are really expensive anymore, yeah.
You can rest easy on it.
Okay, because where I work, we're going into layoff time and
I'm retired and like
and
to
he's
stay that way.
retired, so.
And if it is a large build, you know, we do allow people to pay for it over a number of years if you have.
Yours won't be.
Till we're 90.
Trust me, yours won't be.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the limit's $500 it has to be for you
Oh,
to spread it over time, but
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna be way less than that.
Okay,
I can handle that.
thank you.
There is interest on it, just so you know.
Yeah. On $100?
Okay, is there any other comments on DD1 lap 4, which serves sub 1 lap 1, was it?
It's just, this estimate or whatever that he's now giving us, is there gonna be more added to it, or is
There
that?
This is
he
not
does?
an estimate, this is final pay.
This is final pay, but there is still a little bit of cleanup.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
very minimal.
And we'll-
$25 to you.
And
Okay,
it's-
yeah.
okay, thank you.
And by doing this many in a day, maybe have an hour towards this.
That's why I had him come and I have all of this drainage, so it's,
Doesn't cost anybody a lot.
Most efficient county I work in, right here. So,
he's gonna come for the whole day.
Okay, any other questions or comments on DD1 lap 4?
Move close.
I'll second the motion. On a motion from Stenzer and a second from Derby to close the public hearing for D1 lap 4, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Wow, we're almost to 9:30. It's coming up pretty good.
Yeah.
So I will call you guys later. I'll call you.
I might be gone for a while, but
Do you have a,
yeah, I got a cell
message?
phone.
okay, so I can just leave a message.
I can leave a
Yeah.
message.
So that concludes our end of it.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
drawing showing the annexation areas, I think that's the next item, so.
Sorry.
No, my fault. If you even want that.
Sorry, sorry, Carrie.
You're staying for dinner?
I'm gonna see if I can quiz it a little bit. I'm not ready about this other one, a different one.
Okay.
Oh, okay, all right. So you don't have any drainage district two that you're going over today, right?
No.
Okay.
This is a report.
Do you have anything on you too?
I do that flat 14, 2, 14,
That ditch.
yep. Just the, what my portion of it was.
Oh, I have that. While we're waiting for Terry, let me go grab it.
If you don't mind.
Nope.
I know way more about drainage districts than I ever will.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, you do.
I'm still learning and I've been doing this for a long
You
time.
have been really involved, which is great.
You know, when I was 14 and it used to have to hold the rod for my dad surveying, I didn't really think it was gonna ever amount to anything. Oh, you're gonna need your truck.
He worked for the ASCL?
My dad worked for the Soil Conservation Service for 40 years
Okay.
and then did surveying on the side, so pretty much every night and weekend I used to run. That was in the old days when you used to have to run the rod, you know? and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
That was
remember.
real work.
Absolutely.
And you had to have somebody measure it. I mean,
Yep.
you know, it was.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Tape,
I
bullet,
remember that,
great.
Gene Happy did that too.
And that's just. Okay. That work? Yep. Okay. Need to know. All right. It's not
Okay.
$100.
So as a
Thank you.
continuation,
Thank you
we
so
have
much,
to
Susan.
open
Reopen the hearing and, yeah.
It's 9:30, we'll do a continuation of public hearing for DD 3-11 annexation report.
Yep.
I'll second it to open the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
The annexation part of this, I gave you that small drawing, if you can see the shaded areas. It's small, I apologize for that, but rather than fight a big one. And they gave you a copy of the report again, just to summarizes the areas. This is like many of them we run across where around the boundary, sometimes they didn't necessarily follow the watershed, they just followed property lines a little bit. Well, it's so easy to clean that up now with this report that we do as part of the reclassification. That's what you have before you. So this is a continued hearing. We went over it in detail before. I can cover as much detail as you'd like, but pretty straightforward.
So we didn't have any changes necessarily?
No.
Okay.
And I believe all the people that talked to you have talked to you and you,
The rigs are okay with it?
Yes, yeah. People wanted some more information, and one of those landowners has called, and
Good.
he came in and he looked through the map and, yeah, that's the one I didn't have what it was before to what it is now, which I will always have from now on.
Yeah.
Okay,
We always learn the most mistakes we make.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
is it?
I have no problem with this then.
Make a motion to close.
I'll second the motion. A motion from Stenger and a second from Derby to close the public hearing for DD 3-11 annexation report continuation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Motion to approve the annexation report for DD 311.
I'll second it. A motion from Stenger and a second from Derby to approve the DD 3-11 annexation report. All those in favor say aye. 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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. It is 9:35, continuation of public hearing for DD 3-11 reclassification report.
that was the main thing there was questions on.
Yeah.
And I believe we got them all answered.
So that was
I
your
don't think
motion?
there's anybody even here.
I'll second the motion to open it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
You said everything you want to say?
I'll just say that I've got some of the reclassification reports, if you want them again, with the dollar amounts, 48 pages.
No,
and
I don't.
And that there was no changes, right?
No changes.
Okay,
No
that's my only concern.
There you go, no changes there.
Motion to
Yeah.
close.
Okay. I'll second it. On a motion from Stenger and a second. Motion from Stenger and a second from Derby to close the continuation of public hearing for DD 3-11 reclassification. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Consider for approval reclassification report for DD 3-11. Yep. I'll second it. Motion from Stenger and second from Derby to approve the reclassification report for DD 3-11. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Drainage matters.
I don't have anything on the agenda. Woo!
I can tell you that right now, the north end of Sharon Johnson and Horns, I think Ron Peterson is going to be tiling to the west
Oh,
into another district.
oh, okay.
He's working on that hopefully this summer, getting that done, because it's 20-some hundred feet for him to go put a private tile into that.
Okay, sometimes it makes sense, yeah.
But then he's still gonna be in this other district, because we're not gonna
And he
reclassify it again.
understands that.
Okay,
I explained to him, there's no way we're gonna reclassify it right away, so,
no. Unless he wanted to pay for it, which I don't.
but if nobody the only one that's gonna wanna do something to do a major repair, there's gonna be Sharon.
And she doesn't want to.
I don't think she wants to do a major repair,
Okay.
so it's just gonna be what it is,
I think she wants to, but financially doesn't want to.
unless rent will double, then she could justify it, but right now.
Yeah.
Well, are we stuck here? I mean, would a repair fix it? I don't know why.
In my opinion, it should have been repaired, but if they don't wanna spend the money. I mean,
Yeah, it has nothing to
I
do if
don't-
they
I
want to.
Okay, you look at it, he's got an 8-inch coming up to his fence.
Yeah.
That's not working, it's near trees, it's never probably gonna stay a working tile. He can go straight to the west at his own cost and do it 8 to 10 inch or 8 to 12 inch or whatever, and have his own tile right into the ditch. For probably about what he'd pay for a repair.
Oh,
His end.
okay.
But that still doesn't get us around the law. Does it?
No.
But
True.
weren't we talking about an improvement? That's why it didn't go anywhere.
Right.
Oh,
So he's doing,
Yeah.
he's doing his own,
Right,
Yeah, okay.
right, it was an improvement,
just a repair on his part of it's gonna be expensive.
Right, I know that, yeah.
but the project was an improvement.
Yeah, okay. All right, good.
So he is looking at that. But that's a private thing. Trying to think what else I had. Now, I know Parsons are cleaning, they're going to clean, we've got somebody lined up for the
Seating.
seating.
I talked to Greg personally, so.
Okay.
He was just waiting for a call.
Yeah.
So he knew it was coming.
Did we ever get a report from Helgeson on his spot digging north of DD 11, what was it, DD 14 up there? He did that spot digging after he.
Yeah, he
Before he
sent a
cleaned.
bill over that.
What did he
I
find?
don't recall.
It's north of, across the highway from the.
Yeah, he's
DD 11
reclassifying that.
improvement.
Okay.
He did some spot digging on the north side of the highway for that other district. Now he wanted to know what he found. It's been draining, I mean, better than DD 11.
Well, he did some repair work.
So it must have helped.
Yeah.
And maybe just cleaning out, he said, cleaning out the ditch definitely probably would help.
Yeah. That's what he did.
Sure.
That's what he did.
So maybe between the couple of spots to be fixed, and I didn't know to the north it got fixed, because he had a big problem up there.
I think we're still working on that.
Okay, that's the only ones I can think of right
DD 11, that improvement project, we're gonna be out there digging up the existing tile yet this week, we
now.
think,
Good.
because it's time.
Yeah.
And our window's gotten really short, yeah. Because we need to know where the old tile is to finalize our route for the new tile.
Who's gonna be digging that then?
Larson, I believe, gonna be doing it for us. It was between them and Rognus, and I think Rognus couldn't get there.
I know Rognus took on a bunch of work down in Hancock County, so,
Okay,
which part of Rognus, I'm not sure, but I know they're doing a bunch of repair work down there.
okay. That's probably the deal then.
Plus all their private jobs they have to do too. Okay, well, that's all I had for drainage. Anything? Okay,
So we can probably move to number 10.
all right. Rick Hopper. Engineer report for DD 21.
Katie?
We're just skipping, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 10,
It's item number 10.
the DD 49.
No, the time on that is 10:15.
Right.
Not
Well,
that time, so we're moving to item number 10.
Okay, so I must not have the updated,
Right up there.
okay.
Here, you want
Because
this?
I've got,
I have an extra here.
What?
yeah, mine has, item 10 is DD 49.
Oh,
So I
I
didn't
am
get,
so sorry.
no, that's all right, I'm
Keep
good,
it.
okay,
Oh, 'cause I think Carla added something else.
okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. So 21,
DD 21.
okay.
So this would be the engineering report you came up with.
Oh. Can't remember when we were doing 49, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
That's the only drawback to a lot of drainage on one day.
yeah, see me.
Let's take a tour around the county. We're at like right now.
Start at First Street and work your make way before 7.
Gave it to you.
Oh, Thank you.
Probably just put one in Bill's box, though. This is you.
Oh, wow.
I know.
I'm beckoning, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, this one is very confusing. Chris and I went over this a little bit this morning. This one, the actual ditch part of 21 is like less than half a mile long. And you can see a drawing way in the back that shows that way at the right side of the page. Shows the ditch 21 main open ditch in the red color.
Where's this at?
Okay,
Uh,
Rick.
Up there, okay.
Yeah, it's on, I got it marked on your overall
To the
map.
right of you, I think, isn't it? This is right over here.
It's by rating.
That's fine, I just want
Yeah,
general area.
See the curve up there?
Yep.
That's the curve over the soon.
yeah, extreme northwest corner of the, yeah.
Good.
It's actually this right here.
Oh, okay, yes.
It's the very corner. There was a petition for this for a clean out. So we did our field work, came up with quantities. Now, what complicates this somewhat is it drains into Cassuth County, and the petition was for 21, but that drains into DD 68-36 Lat 2, that's the yellow line, and that serves as the outlet for 21.
DD what?
It says it right here, 68-136.
136, okay.
Yep, and that dumps into joint 61-136 main open ditch that is all in Cassuth County.
Okay.
So, we did find silt in the ditch. I don't think we had much for pipe work. Let me look quick. And what we did, this today is just to get the information in your hands, and then you'll be setting a hearing date for this where you'll get notice to everyone. But we split it out in cost. Bottom of page 3 is where we start splitting the cost out. The ditch that's in Cassuth County, there's very little length, not much silt in it, only 1,100 yards of dirt. So that total cost is $11,000. That's at the top of page 4. There's so many acres involved, that works out to a whopping 71 cents per acre to clean that. Now, I want to work with somebody and figure out the best way to handle this, because it'd be good if we could clean this the same time we're planning to do 21. But it's all in Cassuth. There's been no notice, anything like that. It's less than the spending limit, so a person could just go in and do it. But I want to be sure we're covered legally.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I would not want to clean anything in Cassuth County without them knowing.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
are you talking about cleaning their open ditch, that's the blue area?
Yeah, yes, because that's he ends up the outlet for,
Okay.
So it flows north there?
yes.
Is there any legal connection to Minnesota?
Better to avoid it, and you can
Okay,
legally avoid it.
all right.
Yeah, you could try and go after some annexation or something, but yeah, you'd spend more doing it than,
So there's nobody in Minnesota that's paying into this district now?
correct, correct. So we looked at that, and then we looked the long stretch of this, that's the yellow line that takes us from the blue stretch over to the red stretch. That has a lot more silt in it. That has over 11,000 yards of silt in it. Again, the cost is not that bad because there's 7,900 acres that would be contributing to this work in lateral 2.
Is this a shallow ditch then?
Relatively shallow, yeah. Yep, relatively shallow. I've estimated the cost at over 91,000 total, including some pipe work 11 different pipe we think we'll replace. But again, $11.60 an acre. Page 5 gets us down to the meat of the whole thing, where what started this whole process, Ditch 21 petition. That has over 6,500 acres contributing. So to clean that portion of it, ends up $3.73 an acre. So all of these put together, and you're not looking at a lot of cost. But it does need it. I was gonna see if I had anything to tell me the depths of silt. Yeah, 3 feet. Just up to 3 feet of silt, with and most of it having at least 1.5 feet of silt in it. Yeah, so it's a lot.
So what started all this was the problems down here by this corner here of the tiles not draining properly. So this would solve some of those problems.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, clears the outlet. Yeah, there's some significant blockage in it. So the attempt will be to work through this so that we can do it all with Cassuth informed properly.
Okay, so the process for that would be to set a public hearing and notify him of it, or?
That's what I think needs to happen. Yeah, yep, and we'll verify that. But because there's hardly any payment on their part because it's such a short stretch that we're doing. 1/2 mile of ditch.
Let me go grab my separation for the portion they would pay.
So we don't have to concur with them before we set a public hearing?
No, no. Their involvement will be so minimal. No, we need to see that they get notification and the opportunity to participate, but
So now, down below this, is this an open ditch also that comes from the
Yes.
south?
yes.
And will they be paying into that repair or not?
Yes, that's why it ends up so little money. Wasn't that one 71 cents an acre or something? Yeah, that blue stretch, everybody in that lateral 2 that goes east, which catches all of 21, and everything that comes from the south, will all help pay for that. So it's insignificant cost.
So what's this one that's not marked, what's that one called?
Which,
Is that still 68, 136 main open ditch?
yes,
Okay.
correct.
And I have that on lap 2 of 68, we pay 94% and Cassuth pays 6%.
Okay.
And the ditch part, we pay 54% and they pay 45%.
We still control that.
So what I recommend is we get a hold of them maybe before we set a public hearing,
And that's fine.
just to see what they
Yeah.
think and when is a good time, because we can always put this on the agenda again to set it.
Okay, yeah, that'd be the
And you
safest.
wouldn't have to be here for that.
No.
necessarily.
No, Correct.
When are you thinking?
oh,
So whatever you're thinking, add a week.
yeah, there you go.
That way we can concur with the
Yeah,
first.
you're talking about when to,
Have the public hearing for DD 21.
okay. Well, it's gotta be 40 days minimum,
Right,
so that's
and then I am on
June
vacation, so my vote would be June 25th.
I'm sure that for all of them, okay. Yeah,
But we won't set that today.
No, I just want to see if that works for everyone, and then we'll call Cassuth
That's a
and
quick question.
then I can email, I'll get this electronic.
Okay.
So in lieu of
Do you want to approve the report today?
Yeah, we probably should go ahead and approve the report.
We'll
Okay, I'll second the motion. Motion from Stenzer and a second from Derby to approve the DD 21 engineer's report. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
You should.
Sorry. Number 11, we decided
We're gonna
to,
table that.
we'll table that until we have a conference call or whatever with, I'm trying to think, when do they meet? Is it Mondays?
Mondays.
So,
But since we control it, they would either call in on next Tuesday or come in.
all right. So we'll just table that. All right, so we can go to number 12 then. Rick Hopper to discuss possible action, consider report for DD 34-30, Lat 4 and Lat 4 Branch 1. Now I know why my bag gets so full.
This was specifically for a petition for Lat 4 of Branch 1 and, let's see, I'm confused myself. Lateral 4 and Branch 1 of Lateral 4. Here's a round one. I'd like to include, I have it in the very back, I have where it is in the county, and you can see that in the over one I gave you. And then in one page more towards the front, it shows where this branch and lateral is. It's not a very big area. Part of the problem we think is that there's tree roots in some of it also, but it is very undersized. So we put this report together, and we ended up coming up with costs to do this. And I believe we did 1/2 inch and 1 inch coefficient on this one. So there gets to be a few estimates.
So what was the existing coefficient you estimated? Quarter or less?
Yes, yes. I don't know if I got it in here or
Yeah,
not.
it's in here.
Okay.
Wow. Talks about existing to upper lateral 4 ranges. Quarter inch or less, branch 1 would be approximately quarter inch.
Yeah, so half of what the minimum we go for today.
But 8 times bigger than DD 11.
There you go. Yes,
I
yeah.
always reference DD 11.
Oh, that
Less than
is
16
one of
is horrible.
that's the worst I've ever seen. I have one in Humboldt County that was the same way, 1/16 of an inch. So, so yeah, even the 1/2 inch coefficient system would be an enormous step for them as far as improved flows and improved drainage. But,
Is there a petition for improvement?
yes, correct. So,
I have one for each, a repair and an improvement.
Okay.
so yeah, we went through it and we summarized it for 1/2 inch drainage coefficient for lateral 4 and branch 1 of lateral 4. And then we did for 1 inch also. You get into the numbers, you'll see that for 20 to 30% more money, you get 100% more drainage. But it makes it very expensive to go to 1 inch. For example, doing branch 1 of lat 4 with a 1 inch coefficient, $1,300 an acre. So, yeah,
And there's only 6 people in this district.
I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Well,
I
let's
had-
argue it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
So we need 4 of them to oppose it, who owns 75% or more.
Yeah. You know, we've seen projects this expensive pay for themselves, but,
Yeah,
but,
at today's prices, I mean, yeah, 1,300 is huge, but
yeah,
it's, you gotta consider it.
Is there a
absolutely.
cost estimate for repair, to replace?
No, there's not. If we're gonna do repair, it'd be mostly the tree work.
Okay.
And we don't have a exact route for the tile to
So it's
figure
not
out
a
how many
complete
times.
replacement to repair.
Right, correct. So yeah, this is one, again, you set a public hearing on it, has to be at least 40 days, get the notice to the 6 people and see if they get a remonstrance, and if they don't, then probably go forward.
And right now, he is also reclassifying this district, and it is a joint with Hancock, which we're gonna talk to them at 10:15. This does not affect Hancock County at all. Their water doesn't come this way for them to have to pay, so I feel confident that,
But it'll
It's just us.
dump into them.
well, not that lateral.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So it should not affect them at all for this, but I don't know what the portion would be for the landowners because I don't have that classification yet.
Right.
So I would need to know that.
The water flows north.
Yeah.
Away from Hancock County.
in that area, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, it's just about all, yeah,
So,
So it comes into our county and then
that goes.
into the river and through the woods and
And so,
Back south.
There you go.
Buffalo, Clayton Creek, and down to Ticonca.
okay, because I looked at it and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, it's Winnebago.
Yeah.
so I would also recommend that we wait on the hearing date, but possibly for that June 25th date.
Right. Earmark.
Do you think I could have a classification on that lateral?
Yes.
Okay.
Any of the landowners talked to you yet? Or did they?
I have just Alan Post.
Okay.
He's the one that signed the petition. And I don't know who he's talked to as far as
Okay.
the other on
Okay.
this particular.
Well, I mean, $1,500 is huge, but it ruins your land. It isn't huge.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, like I say, we've seen ones this expensive pay for themselves.
Right.
It wouldn't take a lot of rebound in crop prices to really make a difference. And I find it interesting that we work in several counties, and the people that you consider that have really gotten ahead in farming and owning lots of land are the ones that have spent money on drainage.
Just like what we were just talking about a little bit of, they're talking about all the water sitting down at the bottom. Well, people at the top drained all the tile and it's dumping on your land. Nothing you can do about it.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, very true. So you're gonna wait to set the hearing on this one too, or you're gonna?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, for one, I don't have
Yeah.
I don't know what people would owe. so
Oh,
I don't know
gotcha.
since
Oh, gotcha,
sending a letter.
gotcha.
Can't answer their questions and
Yeah,
table that part of it.
Now,
So, and we also.
so we need to approve the report on item 12.
Okay. I'll second it. A motion from Stenzer and a second from Derby to approve the engineer's report for DD 34-30, Lat 4 and Lat 4-1. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And number 13, we'll table for now until we get the reclass numbers. Number 14, recover to discuss with possible action engineer reports for DD 18, lats 11, 12, 13, and 29.
What do you want to set the date for? Let's go 15, get that out of the way. When do you want that?
Oh, probably that June 25th. He's gonna come back that day. Let's
Okay.
just.
I'll make a motion.
Which one are we
9
talking about?
o'clock.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Because we need to probably reclassify this too because of the project. So I have classifications I'm pretty sure they're probably good enough to get out to landowners.
Just for the last one.
Yes.
Is that 18?
Yes.
Still laying till the 25th?
What's that?
Still laying the public hearing till the 25th, or the
Wow.
It's on hold.
18's on hold?
We're not there yet.
Okay.
Right now, we're on item number 14.
Again, I'll start you out at the back of this. You can see where these all are. And the second drawing in gives a little more detail on the original drawing. I think this one, if I remember right, was 1913. So you're getting in, system's over 100 years old here.
I think that's the same one you just gave us a little bit ago, 1913.
Yeah,
DD 21 was.
yeah, yep. Several happened about that time. So, we break these out by laterals as far as cost, because like, for example, I guess on some of these, like lateral 29, only the people on lateral 29 will help pay for that. Whereas the very southern portion of lat 11, everybody in 12, 13, and 29 will help pay for that because they all drain through it. So,
What about lat 16?
wasn't part of the petition. Does it come off of lat
It
11?
jumps into 11.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do anything with it. They apparently didn't feel there was any
It's
problem with that one.
classified good enough for an outlet to use, so that's,
I would say so. I would have to assume so.
you see that.
Yeah, they didn't petition for that one, so they must feel that that's working okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. They covered a good share of the area here to the north, so.
And I don't know if the very top end of 11, how bad that is. You know, maybe they only wanted 11 until it got to 12. So maybe that was their concern, their main focus.
Also, I'm wondering, is this lat 16 going to be paying into an improvement?
Yes, they will help pay for it.
Highlighted as possible improvements.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah, but other
right.
people would be paying, yes.
Yes, correct. Yeah, and actually, lat 11 tile stop, I believe, where we stopped the coloration on that map. I think it's all just surface from there. But you can see they show the marsh symbol on that drawing. So it is very wet. And it's marsh symbol all the way along that lateral 16, so.
And this is the original map when they designed it,
Yes, correct.
judging by the names.
Yeah, and the existing system on this one, existing coefficient on lateral 11 itself is less than 1/8 of an inch. So this is much worse than the other one. And lateral 12 is approximately 1/8 of an inch. And 13 and 29, approximately 1/8 of an inch. So very undersized by today's standards.
I was thinking there's a lot of sand up in that area.
Oh.
It would absorb most of it.
Yeah, yeah. It wouldn't take a lot to get some of that away then.
On the fringe. Might be turned to better ground, but
Trying to see where referencing this.
you only have to go, mile.
Where's Scarville on this?
Right on the, 510th Street.
That
No, I'm
didn't show on the overall one.
Oh, there's.
It's right on the
All right,
east
now I
line,
know where I'm talking. Yeah, that's probably better land up there. East of there is sand.
east and south, and my ex-father, not ex, but my father-in-law deceased, his farm was sandy.
Yeah, there's a pocket all the way through there. But I think most of this land up this way is.
Yeah.
No, is this going to Minnesota?
No,
Watershed.
Now this goes down to that, the creek that goes right south of Scarville there.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I'm trying to figure out how far up does it go?
Oh, okay.
Doesn't
On
go
that
far.
last page too.
Second last page.
Okay, I see now. John Ostrand.
that gets up close to his at least.
It's John. So what's our actionables on this? To accept the report?
With the report.
I'll second the motion. Motion from Stensrud and a second from Derby to approve the engineering report for DD 18 lots 11, 12, 13, and 29. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Set public hearing date for DD 18 lot 11, 12, 13, and 29.
So let's wait until next week to see if the 25th works for Cassuth County, the rest of them will all flow.
Okay. Take it back.
I made a motion to, appoint the gentleman in front of us, November 16th.
Okay, I'll second it. On a motion from Stensrud and a second from Derby to appoint Jacobson Westergaard to reclassify DD 18. All those in favor say aye. 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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Consider for approval contract with the Iowa DOT regarding a culvert replacement in DD 54, 52, 17. Now, she's got to be here for this one.
No, he's seen it.
Okay.
This is just they're replacing the bridge with a culvert,
Yep.
so it's just a.
It's fine with me.
So that's your motion? Yep. I'll second the motion. On a motion from Stensrud and a second from Derby to approve the contract with the Iowa DOT regarding a culvert replacement in DD 54 to 52 17. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Do we want to wait for Scott because we only have 5 minutes before Hancock County stuff?
Yeah.
And then we can move on to other things.
Yes.
I'm pretty much
Um,
out of items.
We can do number 21.
I don't have that page.
It's in the back.
Oh, okay. All right. What's going on?
So the city of Forest City sent a memo about sump pumps. They sent them to a lot of residents. And Kevin has been in contact with Michael Rourke, and the drain that's on the south side by the parking lot, right now, it's got a cement area where it flows into the street. What we're gonna do is build up where the drain is a little bit. We're gonna break out that concrete and make it a grassy area, so then the water will just go down instead of up to the street. And that is okay with my opinion. And Kevin is getting a bid from Groves Contracting to get that fixed.
Why is that an issue, you know?
The city just said it is. You can look at the letter.
No, I
Yeah.
saw the letter, I mean,
Oh,
I
okay.
just was wondering why it's an issue, because
I don't-
that doesn't go through the the wastewater, it just goes through the ground. I'm surprised.
I think it's a broad, didn't they adjust their ordinance and we got caught up in it?
Too much water. I'm stopping right there. I'm not gonna say any more, Mike.
So.
I can understand what went
I
through the
would
waste.
sign as the authorized
I
representative.
think part of the concern was the 24th of June, when we had all the issues here,
Should there be two
and
signatures in
when
two
it
spots?
hit some sort of a blockage,
I don't know.
everything got
Because it's
waylaid
down
because
below,
it was all getting backed up.
notary
So I
public.
think that might play a role in it. I'm not sure. Personally, I think it's silly. We've got the drain big enough, but river should be able to hold it. It's gonna flow there anyway, so you might as well just let it go.
Well, if they're fine with it dumping in the ground, it's still gonna drain to the river.
It's gonna go there anyway. I don't get
I
it.
mean, it's a nuisance cost, in my opinion.
Yeah. If you get the
What's
ground,
that gonna cost us?
I don't know,
$1,000?
I don't know, and then you have to get so much concrete, and so they're gonna repair a couple of squares. I think.
Just to make the minimum vote.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound too expensive.
And if they're happy with it, though.
I thought it was gonna be worse.
Yeah, I think everybody did it, I guess they did about 85 letters they did that day.
so I've had to go on my property and fix it, because somehow or other,
Who's on the council?
who's on the council?
Yeah.
Carl Woldridge would be one person you want to talk to. You could talk to,
Buffington's still on.
yeah, Buffington's still on there,
Which one?
Brad
Oh.
Holland, you can talk to Ron Holland.
Ron?
Yeah, old Ron.
What in the world, Ron?
He's our vice mayor.
Holy smokes.
Talk to Barney.
And Dan will walk down the hallway, you can talk to him real quick, find out what's going
Dan
on.
Davis is.
Okay, it's 10:15.
All right.
Because see, my pump actually formed a little creek going out to it, so I had to dig it back up and avoid any drainage costs for the county.
That's gonna cost us over $2,000.
This is the 49 one?
Well,
Just gonna show you
I'll
this
call.
real quick.
Huh?
we'll talk.
County line right here.
I know Ron well.
The main ditch.
I think he
Here's the lateral that
voted
comes
for it,
down
didn't he?
into
I think
Hancock
he voted for
over
it.
half a mile. And then there's a little watershed here that comes
Pretty much
into it,
unanimous,
so
but,
I suppose it was.
yeah.
49.
Okay, so
Well, the
this
dog
is the
ordinance
public
wasn't,
right?
Carl voted against that.
No, it's not.
I don't really, I know Barney a little
West
bit.
of town. Right into us.
Just west of town.
Oh,
It cost me some money, because I had to dig
All right.
and get stuff to,
Yeah,
you know, so.
Barney's having a meet and greet if you want to meet him.
You bet.
Barney's having a meet and greet this Saturday.
Oh, yeah? There's a great place, you know, not very public, not very, very open.
Okay,
well, you
so
know, I'll go,
we
yeah.
have a way to go.
Oh my gosh.
It seems like a pittance, but a couple grand.
I lost my right-hand man.
For us, yes.
In two ways.
Oh my, yeah.
It's
That doesn't ameliorate the problem.
It's beginning to become a situation where we're finding little ways to pay money. And I'll leave it at that.
But this doesn't. We're on tape.
Mike, yeah. You don't want to let your strategy loose before you play the game, Mike. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a pretty open book. I expect logic to win out the day, but it doesn't. So. And I guess what's one person's logic just not maybe not for others.
Well, just form a game plan and then Saturday, have a great time.
So we can dump it on a yard of grass, but we can't dump it on cement.
And if that grass is too dry or it's too wet, you know what's gonna happen. It's just gonna.
I don't care how dry it is, it's still gonna run off.
Exactly.
Supervisor's office is speaking. How are you?
This is Terry. We're doing fine. That's Mike and Terry and Chris and our engineer, Rick Hopper.
Okay, and Ann and Michelle are both here, and then Gary and I, and we're waiting for Jerry to call in, or we may have to call Jerry. So we'll see here. But Michelle may call him, so I'll let her jockey the phone. Hold on.
They had a restricted call just a little bit ago. I'm guessing it was from the State House. It's usually what it is. Doing a lot of work this weekend.
I was trying to get out early. I'm trying to get out early. So Upmeyer, she said, yeah, we're.
Are you all there?
Yeah, we're here.
All right, we're good.
Okay, so I'll let Rick Hopper take it.
Yes, please.
Okay, Chris is gonna start.
Hi there. We have a project that we're gonna do in Winnebago County, and it's about $45,000, so we wanted to reclassify the district. I was unaware that any laterals went into Hancock County until we got the classification going. And according to Rick Hopper, the engineer, there's a tile that's physically in Hancock County, and there's also another lateral that the water flows into it from Hancock County into Winnebago County. So we're wanting to know if you're okay with us reclassifying that tile, if you guys want to do your portion, how we want to go further. So I'll let Rick talk.
Yeah, the main itself is all in Winnebago County, but there's a lateral that extends over half a mile down into Hancock County. I believe it's lateral 4. Yes, lateral 4. So there's a significant area of Hancock that drains into that lateral 4 that then drains into the main tile. There's also a place just a little further west where there's not so many acres, but the tile comes close enough to Hancock County to actually drain some of the water from Hancock into it. So, yeah, they didn't want to keep going with this until they got you involved in this, so you at least knew the situation that we're talking about.
Aren't we on the main schedule also, obviously?
Yeah.
I don't think so. And what percentage are we in? 4.17.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a very high percentage of the main.
What was that percentage?
This is, I think what this is. In the top of the.
Yeah, gotta be in the top.
Well, Rick, if you got this started, I don't know why we wouldn't finish it up. I mean, we're a small percentage.
Oh, yeah, you're,
They're 4.17% of the whole district. That's why I didn't think it was too big of a deal, because you guys we weren't gonna change your percentage. I just didn't realize the tile went down there.
But
the dollars.
collateral.
yes, if that lateral drains into the main, you'd pay towards the main sum also. But there's a lot of acres in this. You don't have very many acres of it. Well, as witnessed by the 4-point-some%.
Mm-hmm.
This would just clean it all up if we just did it all at once.
It's
The only fear with that I have is, people are gonna find out about this and go, oh, it's going on already, and they didn't know anything started on it already, so, gonna have a few upset people here and there.
Well, the whole project though is only $45,000. You would only owe the 4% of that. And
It's
I
still
just,
money to those guys, and that's what,
It's a lack of communication.
that's what our biggest thing down here we're having is people want communication
okay,
once into a district.
Okay.
Anything that goes on with the district.
I'm like Michelle, do you suppose an informational meeting would be a wise idea? Yeah.
I just sent letters out to my landowners just last week, the end of last week.
I suppose we should.
Yeah.
Well, we've kind of been visiting, and we're wondering if maybe, since you've already sent them to your people, if maybe you should also send them to our people. And like Gary says, our fear is communication. All of a sudden, it may not be that much money. However, it's still money, and they were uninformed of any kind of project that goes on. And I know, money's tight with farmers this year, regardless of the amount. And so I think the lack of communication will upset them, and I don't blame them. I would be kind of upset if all of a sudden I have a bill and I didn't know anything about it.
I can forward you the letter that I sent out, Ann, and then if you want to send them to whoever your landowners are.
Well, we've got to get something done.
There's gotta be a letter sent out.
A letter or an informal hearing or something.
When I have a project that's under the bid threshold, I do not have an informational hearing. I send out the informational letter, so
Okay.
that way the landowners know that they can call me and get an estimate of what they're gonna owe. Because it's a repair, we don't have to do that. That's just something that I do here.
They're getting out of time hard.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, so I'll forward the letter.
Letter sent down to here so we can send it out to ours, and we'll have to play
Catch up.
with everything on this, which puts us a little bit on the defensive here.
But Jerry, what do you think? Uh-oh. Is it Jerry? Oh. Huh. Well, I guess
It was repair, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a repair.
Okay.
What do you guys normally do in a repair? Do you always have an informational hearing?
don't do reclassification. Yeah, we don't usually do a reclassification with a repair.
Well, the only thing that we're doing it is because our classification is not by laterals at all. It is strictly by the whole ditch. So we wanted to get the laterals separated out. And since we were cleaning it, we wanted to go ahead and do it. I just didn't realize it involved a lateral in your county.
Yeah, even on a repair in these old districts, it's so unbalanced, the original classifications, that for $2 or $3 an acre to get it reclassified is pretty well spent.
You understand that?
Yeah, I understand that, but let's just going forward with this, when we have a joint district on this, that we all gotta be on the same page, so,
That's a good point. The best we can do is get a
the
letter.
best thing to do now is get a letter and get it out to, down here, so we can get it set out to our landowners, and
There you go.
Yep, and I'll do that right after the meeting.
I guess when, the lender, we'll probably take some heat from a few of these guys calling saying, oh, we didn't know anything about this, and why is it? And we'll have to play the heat for it on this, but.
They can
$3
call me.
an acre? Come on, let's get real.
They can always call me if they have any questions.
Yeah, Chris is, most
You know,
of,
a couple bucks an acre is a couple bucks an acre, and I've gotten calls on a couple bucks an acre.
Chris is, Chris is the most familiar with this.
Tired of spending money on drainage when they're trying to save dollars here, and every penny counts. So let's not just look at the dollar figure. Let's look at the communication part of this as well. because that's what's really ticking these guys off out here in the countryside,
Well,
so.
communicate with
And
them
I,
then.
and I am sorry, and that is my fault, and that's why we're having this discussion today. So from now
I'm
on, that
sick of
won't
dealing
happen.
with These guys down there.
Well, let's move forward with it then.
Okay,
So also, the next item is, we have a petition to look into, DD 3430, which is, the project would strictly be in Winnebago County. And we just got the report today. It still doesn't involve Hancock County, but I would like to reclassify it because, again, it's not separated out by this particular lateral that's gonna be worked on. So that's why I wanna reclassify it. So I would like your approval, I guess, to go ahead with that.
This is a joint drain though again, Chris?
Yep. So
Okay, well,
we're just starting this process.
And I realize that it's just in your, yeah, I realize that it's in your county, but today on our agenda, is just for this. So we would maybe have to discuss that again on Monday, and it does kind of come into our county, we're looking at our drainage book.
Oh, uh-huh.
And so,
We
just
can
given that,
discuss it, we just
we need
can't.
the information to do that. So I don't know, do you want to put it on our Monday's agenda again? You guys meet on Tuesdays though, huh?
We do, yeah.
We can discuss it, we just can't make any decisions.
So,
all the work will be on laterals in Winnebago County, but the district as a whole includes both counties.
yeah.
Yeah, reclass would include us though, correct?
Right, correct, yes,
Okay, so-
absolutely.
Again, we're kind of replaying today.
Well, right, and like I said, we're just starting this, so I wanted to let you know what was happening. We were just getting started. So my people don't know anything about it either.
Okay, but do you have a report or you do not have a report yet? It's
Just got a report today.
I handed it to him 10 minutes ago,
Okay.
and it's
And
just on the laterals.
Right, and I can't send letters out to my people to tell them about the report because I don't have a classification. So we can't really go further until I do the classification.
You have an original classification though, don't you, Chris?
It's only by the whole district, not by laterals.
Right. Yeah, you have a classification, it's just not separated.
Right.
And we need it separated because just the people on the lateral are gonna pay for the improvement.
Chris, this is Ann. Just in the future, I don't care if it doesn't involve us or not. If it's a joint drain, we need to be notified of it from day one. I mean, we need to jointly appoint an engineer. We need to jointly accept the petition. I mean, there's steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 that are getting missed.
I think Chris said that she overlooked it, so let's get past
Well,
that.
and this one didn't, the lateral is not in your district, so I didn't do it, so my apologies.
No, that's okay. I'm just saying from here forward,
Yep.
we just need to do that. So if you guys want to discuss 3034, we have to do it next week.
We can discuss it today, we cannot make any decisions. That was, at the
Alright.
last ISAC meeting, that was clarified.
Yeah, but I guess, the way we do it in Hancock County, even to discuss it, we have discussion of whatever project we're doing, and that is how we do it here.
That's fine.
They have a general item here they use for drainage discussions.
Yeah, see, we don't do it that way. We do it individually, so that people, if they're in that district, can come in and listen. That's just been always our way we've done it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fair,
Do you
if I'm in
need us?
that drainage district and, how do I know if it's a general drainage discussion? I don't, and then I have to come to everything. So if I see that on there, then I'll just come. And I guess that's just how we,
It's on our agenda for this item, but, do you want us to call in next Monday? Do you have a time?
I think if Michelle would check out to see how we're doing next Monday. Will 9:30 work for you?
It's up to you guys.
Somebody will have to come in.
I'm not calling.
I need two of you. Okay, Terry will be here
Thanks, Terry.
and we'll have, Mike will not be able to be here. And I will check with Bill because he is not here today.
Okay.
It's actually his district, so.
Oh. Okay, we got started and we were still getting our material together. So everybody that's there, could you repeat that for us, Chris, please?
The people that are here is
Yes.
Mike and Terry, Chris, and Rick Hopper. And then we also have our county engineer walked in, and we have AJ from the radio station, and we have Grace from our paper.
Okay. Great, thank you. Okay, well,
So we can do.
I guess we're gonna get a letter and then talk about.
We'll get a letter and move forward on this, and then we'll discuss 34 next week.
Okay, I don't know if you could hear Gary, but I guess in conclusion, we've decided that if you're willing, Chris, to please send the letter down to Ann, and then we'll, at 9:30 on Monday, we'll discuss the next project.
Yep, I heard it. I just put you on mute because it was kind of noisy here.
Oh, okay. Is that okay, Jerry?
No, it sounds great. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yep, I think you handled it well.
Okay, all right.
I think with Winnebago, you guys are done.
Okay,
I believe so, yeah.
we're done.
So I believe from our perspective, from Hancock, we're done.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Jerry, stay on those so you guys can adjourn.
Okay, I'll stay on.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
November 2020 can't come fast.
How about, in light of this, DD 21 that drains into DD 68?
Yeah, that's the one I have to get with Cassup.
Okay, you're gonna
See,
follow up with
Yeah,
that though,
That's why we
too.
can't set the
Right,
public hearing
right.
because I need to check with them.
Right,
Yep.
gotcha.
Don't call Cassup now, please don't.
No,
I had
no.
all the frustrations enough today, thanks.
They tend to have
Gary
a
had balls.
outlook on
You know,
drainage
mental health.
in Hancock.
Yes.
I think
Meeting.
for-
To say in front of the group, I'm gonna wait, Hancock's gonna wait until we see how this thing goes before we join you in the fight. He had the guts to say that in an open meeting.
Sounds like the French in a particular war.
We're on drainage right now.
That's fine. You talk over there, so.
I think that was the French and the American Revolution, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so that concludes, there was no action from us right now on that one, right, anymore?
No.
That was number,
No.
we already finished number 9 and without action.
Yep, we are on to number 18.
All right, Scott Minders, secondary road matters.
Oh, my timing wasn't too bad.
Not bad at all.
There is no such thing as good timing.
Okay, I got a few things to run through with you. Not much progress for our county on wind turbine work. Of course, Golden Plains crew has started working, and they're in Cassup County doing a little bit of topsoil stripping and driveway building. I can't remember if I mentioned it, but I met with emergency services and those guys just to talk about addressing of the turbine roads and make sure that emergency services knows where to go out there. So have done that. Work continues on the Crystal Lake 2 repower project, kind of on 842 west of town, north and south of there, replacing blades and generators out there. They're hauling a lot of rock out there, trying to keep the roads up as fast as they're wrecking them. So I think they're making pretty good effort to do that. So, we have right materials in to do gravel crushing again to finish out the contract. They got started last year and had quite a few fits trying to keep things from freezing and that kind of stuff, so they gave up after about 20,000 tons, which is a 20% of what we're planning to crush. They had a good day yesterday for the first day, and they're going again today, so a few weeks and see where they're at. Hopefully we get wrapped up out there, planning to crush 100,000 tons. One thing I was gonna mention here, we're planning on purchasing a side dump trailer for our crew to haul bridge lumber and riprap and things that are a little bit too heavy and I don't know how to say it, but it damages our other equipment because of the side dumps are heavier built than a truck box is, so.
Do you have equipment that has PTO on it then?
Sounds like we'll have to do a little bit of re-plumbing to our current truck to make it work, but must be fairly minor.
Have you estimated how much you'll use it?
I would assume we'll use it quite a bit because we'll also probably use it for stockpiling if that's the,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
To dump into the pile.
Yeah, rather than the belly dumps, what we currently use with the tractor and kind of string it out and then load it up, that kind of thing. So I expect we'll use it a lot. We'll have it parked on all of our jobs. We'll have it hauling during stockpiling. We'll keep it moving.
Will you be getting rid of the belly dump then?
I don't believe so. We'll have to see how the jobs work. See what makes the most sense. If it gets to the point where we are using the side dump exclusively, of course we'd get rid of it, but belly dump works good for hauling to the roads because you don't have to have a box up in the air, so they're able to fly dump that pretty safely. But so that'll round out our equipment purchases for this year. If it's well into the budget, it'll put us a little bit over what we had a truck to replace from insurance, so there's a little bit of offset there. So just a heads up for next week, I'll probably have numbers and things put together for your approval.
I think it was up where he lives, on the Drake to Vinci Road. There's some issue up there when they shoulder, is there no ditch left or something?
I've talked to Alec about this a couple times and we have it in our work order system. We haven't been able to make it a priority at this point. And
It is the water, instead of staying in the ditch like it used to, it goes into his field, creates a channel. That's what he's doing. And your thought was to put riprap there to kind of divert it back in.
it could be an option. It doesn't really make sense for me to go out and evaluate. It'll be Mark's decision what needs to be done, what the best solution is, if anything. And at this point, we aren't able to make that a priority. So it's in our work order system, awaiting, prioritization, like a daunting number of other tile repairs and culvert fixes and stuff like that.
Well, it comes to a point where if priorities aren't taken care of, that we need to maybe farm some of this stuff out. Would that be a fair statement?
Right, we
I've
have
heard that for 12 years.
Sure.
It's not a priority, and it seems like personalities get thrown into this with Mark. And, that's unacceptable to me.
Well, this isn't a question of whether the priorities are in the right order. This is a question of, do we have enough resources to accomplish all of the jobs that we're requested to do?
And that's my point I'm making. If we don't, instead of buying a truck, maybe we need to make some of these other things a priority. I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, I've heard this for 12 years. Some guys have been waiting for 15 years to get some of this stuff done. Okay? I know that for a fact. So, we need to, I guess we need to prioritize our priorities. Okay?
As I said, I think,
I know.
you know what I mean? I mean, if you have, just like you know, every month I do a budget at home, right, with my wife, and we say, here's how much money we have, here's what we can spend. We always make a list that's longer than how much we have to spend. So you always make cuts, right? You always cut the last priority out, the last 3, 4, 5 of them, whatever it is. And so like you said, if we want to get all of our projects done, we either need to have a really good year where we can work, you know, almost every day, work late into the fall, or, you know, we'd have to hire more things out. And you know, with the kind of money we save on doing bridge projects ourselves. So I don't know what the solution is.
And I'm not offering a solution, and I don't have one myself. I'm just saying there's guys that have been waiting a considerable amount of time, and to be quite frank, the other reason I'm bringing it up is I just had this issue brought up to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's uncanny, the coincidence here, but I've come to believe that government is not a business, it's a service. And we have to prioritize the tax dollars. They're the ones paying, really, the bosses are the 10,000 people in this county. That's the bosses. And especially the ones that pay a high tax bill, you know. And so, I think that needs to be worked on. This isn't, I'm not mad at this, isn't you and I've heard this from Mark for 11 years, you know, and it gets old. It does.
Yep.
That's enough said.
Fair enough. He would say the same thing.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing. It does get old that we can't get as much done as we hope.
Yeah.
And we can feel that people are frustrated by that answer.
I guess I'd request of you as the engineer in control of the whole thing.
Yep.
I would request a report from you identifying how you prioritize. You know, when something comes into the queue and how it gets prioritized and how you identify, is this something we need to do now? Because like, say this case here that's been on the books for over a year or so, it's starting to cause erosion in somebody's field after we did the redo of the shoulders. Is that a priority, or do we not care about what's happening to this person's field? You know, I want to know the process of how you identify priorities. I'm not going to question, you know, I'm not going to micromanage how those priorities are determined. I just want to know, what is your process?
Process for priorities, sure.
And are we accomplishing any of our goals in our priorities?
Well,
Sure.
What is being accomplished?
Yep, that's fair.
Because like he said, when you go out and buy new equipment, maybe we could have put some of that money into priorities. We don't know. We just want more information.
Very well said.
All right, anything else on roads then?
Everything else I have is, I got one more thing to discuss. We have, we've received resignation from Eric Knutson, Buffalo Center. Be really sorry to see him go, but that leaves 2 openings now in Buffalo Center with Denny Tweeden's retirement. So we'll be reposting the opening there, and probably hiring those together. In order to set expectations for the person that we're hiring, remember we need to talk about wages for the beginning.
In light of what we've just been talking about, and not micromanaging, because I firmly believe that that's a no-no. But I do believe the board should be in that process of hiring. You know, it used to be in this county that the engineer did nothing but engineer. That was it. And each supervisor took care of their own districts of hiring and firing, buying equipment and everything. And so I would like to, even though I'm going on, I would like to see that come back to a little bit more of a responsibility from the board. Because as I said earlier, the people are the boss. And they put us in charge of being your boss. And that's just, I think there needs to be a little bit more accountability. And then, you know, it's all coming on today. I'm not challenging your efficiencies, your whatever. I just think from a perspective from a board member, Worth County has it right. Their motto on their webpage is that the engineer will work in strict, I can't remember the name, the next word, strict accordance with the board. And I think the board has gotten away from that. I really do. And it hampers communication, for one thing, and it hampers accountability. So be that as it may, whatever.
We have historically had you accept our employees as we hire them, and especially guys on the road crew. It's really important to me that Mark is able to have the most amount of influence in who we hire, because he's ultimately the one who needs to work with that individual directly. So we interview together, and I have a big say, and he has a big say, and I think that's the best way to do it.
I don't, and I'll say, and this is the reason I will say that. Mark has let personalities influence his decisions. And you know what? This is unfair. Maybe it'd be wise to talk about this with Mark present so he can defend himself. That'd probably be better. So,
Yeah,
none of this
is actionable.
well, it is, no, it's not actionable, but it has to do with you.
My goal is always to take personalities out of it, right? To take the personalities that speak to you guys directly, to speak to me, to him, everybody. Doesn't matter what your name is, who you are. The priority list, the people we hire, and everything like that isn't based on personalities.
Yes, it is, and you know very well it is. Let's leave it for the future talk, okay? Because I do think Mark should be here on that.
Alright, are we finished with road discussion?
I was just making sure that you are aware, we are planning to offer 85% of our base wage for 6 months, 90% for 6 months, 95% for 6 months, and then 100% of the base wage after that for our hired employees. I think that'll be, as fair as we can be through the transition process here. And so that's something that I needed to nail down here as we get into the hiring process, because whoever is going to come work for us is going to want to know what their expectations should be set at. So just wanted you to be aware of that. Unless then somebody transfers, we'll have two new guys in Buffalo Center, and hopefully we'll find some strong individuals that are very talented and fit the crew very well. That's all I have.
Move on to number 19, consider for approval utility accommodation permit for WCTA to install fiber optic.
This is a permit that has been added to since I sent it to you, but it's two projects. One is they're both fiber optic to cell towers, just doing some pretty minor connection. There's a total of maybe 3 miles on here of bearing fiber optic. Formality, pretty much.
I'm wondering on this one, are you going to want to abstain for the?
You can vote.
Yeah, all right, okay. I have no problem with this one. Pretty straightforward. I'll make a motion to approve the utility accommodation permit for WCTA to install fiber optic.
I'll second that.
On a motion from Derby and a second from Stensrud, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Didn't even ask you, Terry, what
Injury.
got banged up there.
I figured. They just get carried away when they cover it up.
Can you take that?
They'll put these two together tomorrow. Consider for approval, resolution authorizing the county engineer to impose weight limits on all roads in Winnebago County.
I'll make that a motion.
I'll second it. On a motion from Stander and a second from Derby to approve resolution number 04/23/1920-001, authorizing limitations of weight limits on roads. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Two identical copies. Get signature on both, please. Chris, you can keep one after you sign them both.
Excuse my messy writing, but that's the way I was writing. Discussing with possible action, the city of Four Cities sump pumps. Ordinance, we already discussed that. And, let's do open forum. We're waiting for 22.
We're here.
Yeah, we can't start till 11.
Oh, I
It's
see
already
it.
timed at 11, so we.
I see it. I mean.
We have so many
it's
rules
weird.
around
You want us to break the law?
I'm going with no.
There may be a lot of people.
Okay, got it.
I'd be happy to do it.
Shorten your day in many ways. So my sister, we were talking about putting in a sump pump. Can I ask what the ordinance is gonna be, or?
Right now, we're utilizing a sump, where the water comes off of our property and goes down to the gutter.
Yeah.
We have to put up a berm to retain, so water doesn't, is it natural? We have a sump pump that dumps it out there, right, under the ground?
No, it goes into a pit, and then it bleeds out from the top.
So it flows out of the top of the pit.
And down some concrete down to the road.
So we don't actually have a sump pump.
Well, it's a sump pump, but it doesn't outlet to the ground, it outlets to the bottom of another sump pit.
Okay.
And then it forces its way up when it fills up.
So inadvertently, it forces it up. So they're saying we have to build a berm so it absorbs into the ground.
Yeah.
We're gonna spend $2,000 roughly to just slow the water up.
Slow it down.
Just slow it down.
To create a temporary pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Another reason why I'm waiting for November 2020. That's not to say I'm always right.
Thank you, Scott.
What's that?
That's not to say I'm always right.
Well, you can say that if you want.
Well, yeah, I can, but it doesn't make it true.
No, unfortunately.
Well, that's interesting. Number 8 is not being used at all.
See, they're flocking in for the athletics.
They are.
Wow, that's great.
I appreciate that.
Number 23 is pretty cut right in.
No.
That's Bill's anticipated.
Oh, okay.
Rick, did you have anything else you wanted?
I'm just looking at my list. I don't think so. I think we're good. I just want to compare notes with Chris.
Just want to make sure we can.
Yeah, I'll still be here for a bit.
Okay.
So basically I need 34, 30.
Yeah, I'm gonna have that as. $34.30 would be reclassed now to Chris to set hearing on per. report approved.
Right, DD5 Lot 5.
Yep, I think I have that here. Yep, DD5 Lot 5, yep, and you,
14,
yep,
92,
yep.
and then how about 4971, those laterals in Ball Hancock?
Yeah, that won't take it, okay.
Because I'll need that for next week.
So you want, what will you need for next week though?
I want to know what their landowners are.
As far as benefit or who they are?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's talk, I mean,
I
okay,
don't know what I want to do.
okay. Let me look at that a little bit in the office, what we've got, what stage we're at. Okay,
That's about it.
I think so.
Yeah. And I'll get with Lori to get some copies of the electronic report that I can send to the other.
Perfect, perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for coming.
Oh, gladly. This is, head kind of spins a little bit. There's that many items,
Right?
but.
You booked up for the summer?
Yeah, not, actually, through the middle of the summer isn't gonna be so bad. It's, the timing was just bad on some of these reports. We couldn't do the field work last fall.
Yeah.
If we could have done that, we could have had the hearings and then had the bid lettings in the winter and then had the construction, but weather messed everything up. So, but no, it's looking pretty decent, so, yep, you bet.
And I want to
Thank
get the classifications cleared up before the end of June so I
Yep.
can send out the statements for September.
And we've got them pretty far along, so it won't take a lot.
Off the top of my head. Okay, so it's all crazy. Would it behoove us just to reclassify everything?
No, we don't want to do that for financially, right
For
now,
what?
for financially for farmers, it's not critical. I don't want to do
A lot
that.
of them do border other counties and
Right, I would just as soon just do it as we need
Because
to.
wouldn't that lower the cost a lot?
Not a lot, it would help some. It's worked out really well for us to do most of the reclass work in the winter, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's great for our business. So,
you can only do so much physically.
yeah, the steps we take are the same pretty much. If you're geared up and have the people working on them, it'd be slightly faster as far as their,
I don't care about fast, but economically, I mean.
yeah. Well,
if you're here,
faster is more economical,
okay.
yeah.
Whoops, yes.
Just in simplest terms, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, okay.
So I love the idea, and I think that'd be great. And if the farming economy was a little better, I'd promote that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay.
Because we're used to seeing, today, projects that would be $1,000 an acre, and then we squabble about $2 an acre for a reclass. It's like, yeah, but I understand.
All righty.
So,
Yep.
thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
It's 11 o'clock.
Good luck, Terry.
Yep. Julie Devine, Aflac's going to discuss offering Aflac benefits.
Right, and Steve Johnson, which you guys probably know, we're sitting here, so we're gonna let him do some talking.
She's gonna let me talk. Julie's been taking care of your employees with Aflac for 21 years now. And, done a great job with making sure claims are paid and one of the frustrations that we have, you know, probably across the board in public sector groups similar to yours is communicating, the available benefits to employees. And that's tough with everybody working in different locations and different hours and so on. So what we would like to ask for is the possibility of having group meetings throughout the enrollment period with the various departments where we just come in and do a brief presentation of what is available. We have about a third of your employees actually participating with the Aflac benefits, and less than that are utilizing our short-term disability. And I know you have great benefits, but the disability offering is a great way for employees to be able to offset all of the expenses of missing even a week of work. Most employees, you know, you have those handouts. We can leave you some information. We've done a lot of studies on public sector groups, and we see that they're really about 43% of employees across the board say they could barely make it a month without income. So we'll just leave this for your perusal. And you know, across the board in public sector accounts, about a third of employees participate in our disability plans. It is higher in non-public sector. It's more like 60%. And we just want to make sure that everybody knows what's available and that it's something they can participate in and what the costs are. And, you know, no one better to present that to the employees than, you know, the one who would actually file those claims and make sure those things are paid. We pay most of our claims within 24 hours, so we want to make sure everybody knows how to do that as well. So what we're requesting today is the privilege to set up group meetings with your departments.
I would say that, set that up with Carla. Or
Chelsea.
Chelsea,
We actually have Brittany, our insurance person, coming May 15th, I believe.
Okay.
So if you wanted to maybe set up some times on that day, then you could both be here. That'd probably work the best.
That would probably be great.
Yeah.
Brittany.
Brittany Grow.
She's
with Health Partners.
Wholesaler.
Okay, great.
Because I think I can't remember what we did last year. I think she set up one right away in the morning for the secondary road guys. And then there was probably 3 or 4 throughout the day, and she kind of just hung around all day just to, you know, take questions and that kind of thing, so.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think we've had that in the past.
No, we haven't. And last year was the first year we've ever done something like this. We changed insurance.
Okay, yeah.
Great. That is awesome.
And I do
Yeah.
that with another county, it works perfect. I don't think their health insurance company do meetings, yeah. So that'd be great.
That was easy.
That was easy. So. Yeah, we just set it up last week, so.
Good.
So it'd be perfect. I can talk to Chelsea, get the times and what, the first time. Yeah, that's me. Oh, this.
Julie,
I sent you on the phone all the time and email you all the time.
That's
Yeah.
funny. So what's the first meeting?
I don't think we've set actual times,
Okay.
just that day for sure, and then,
Just let me know the time.
Yeah.
And the
Yep.
location.
yeah, that'll work. Cause it'll be here in this room,
Okay, perfect.
yeah, so.
Yeah, like you said, if it's secondary road, they probably would want it early.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, they do it
Well,
right
I'm an
away.
early bird, so we're good with that.
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Good, yeah.
I've seen you really in person.
Yeah, you do.
All the time.
Thanks. But, well, hi, how are you?
So that's all on that one then? Okay, consider for approval resolution for intent to form a new mental health region, Colville or?
That, yeah, unless you, I don't know what you're going to talk about, so
Well,
do we have the resolution, do we?
we had it sent to.
Kelsey's got it, I know for sure.
I printed this morning, but forgot to bring it with me. Otherwise, Sandy.
She was fine with it, she said.
Yeah. This is something that was, we met with.
It's a boilerplate from the,
Todd, the county attorney from Cassuth County put it together. It's our intent, if possible, to form our own region. It doesn't commit us.
Yeah.
At this point, we're just saying we have the intent to form our own region. And that might put pressure on the legislature to do something to accommodate us. That's kind
I
of,
guess I can state that.
yeah,
It's our intent.
and I think if that's what,
Yeah, you're right.
that's on the agenda that way.
Yeah, I don't have a copy, Carlos Holder, so.
I just read it from Kelsey and she was fine
long
with
as
it
you guys know
all.
I
about
can
it.
quick forward to you if you want.
I'm good, as long as you guys know it.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'll make a motion to,
I'd like to be able to at least reference a number.
Okay.
That way. See if we can bring it up.
I suppose I'm gonna need it if you're gonna sign it.
Yeah,
I don't think there is one.
the one Kelsey go through it, do it. Did you print what Kelsey did, or?
No, I didn't, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's it. I'm gonna look what Kelsey sent. Bear with me.
I got the rest of my life.
That's encouraging.
No, we have more open forum. I don't, anything else.
So, you know what the meeting tomorrow,
No,
on this,
where at?
it's actually,
At Algona?
I'll just update you here, this is
Okay.
on this subject, so we can talk about it. There's an agenda tomorrow. Did you guys get this?
I have it now, when you look for it.
Sandy just
I
sent it.
just went through it all last Sunday, you see it.
Well, she just sent it this morning.
Oh, okay.
9 AM tomorrow. Discussion, joint meeting with WHW to discuss the development of a new region for mental health disability services. And I know we were supposed to have that Rick Schultz from DHS on the line, if not there in person.
And that's at
Does
Algona.
this involve me?
Probably not. I don't know.
Where's
Is that
the
at
meeting
Algona?
So we're in Cassuth County.
Oh, so then it doesn't. I'm getting ready to be set up somewhere doing
Same as
something.
last Wednesday, we met over there and, because their county attorney's kind of taking the lead on it to put things together.
Well, unless it rains, I'm pretty sure Bill won't be.
But they're gonna have a way of calling in,
Oh, okay.
and they were wondering if Schultz should be there in person or call in like the rest. So I know,
I'll probably just drive over to your place. You can drive or whatever.
well, I have to be in Rochester.
Oh, so you're not gonna be there?
I'll be getting casted about that.
Okay, all right.
So
Well, then I gotta go.
if not, at least call in.
Yeah, no, I'll be there.
Okay. Okay, let me go back one now.
I'll be ornery, like my normal self.
So we got that to look forward to.
I was really ticked when Gary's.
Yeah.
That really,
He was,
really.
he was supporting it though. He was.
I know
more
it,
than the
but
others.
boy, oh boy, that, I don't care. I don't care if you hear. You know me, I'm an open book. I don't talk behind people's backs. That really frosted me, really frosted.
It's my fault for not involving them from the beginning. I did not.
No, I'm talking mental health.
Oh.
Gary was at that
Yeah.
meeting and he actually supported us, but, you know, he's gotta speak for three.
I know it, I
The
know
other
it,
two weren't
I
there.
know it, I know it.
Okay, so here's the resolution that Kelsey sent us. It's number, well, it says resolution 2019. We need to develop a number for it. Do you have a system for that?
So that would be 042301.
So that's what it looks like. I'll forward this to you.
Yeah, I can't read that one.
All right. So we have a resolution before us to form, with the
You
intent
made
to
it.
form a new mental health region for disability services, and do it in a more efficiently and effectively. I'll make a motion to that effect.
Second.
On a motion from Derby and a second from Stensrud to move forward with a resolution with the intent to form a new mental health region. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
So you can forward that to
Yeah,
them.
I'll just forward it to you now. Motion carries.
Why would I not say that publicly when I said it to Gary right?
I thought you were talking about the drink. I didn't want to bring that up again because that's my fault. So,
I have to really work, you know, it's probably too late, I'm 64 years old, at my decorum, but
probably.
what you see is what you
know.
get.
I shake with my left hand.
And it's not like our emails aren't long enough.
Well, I'm just typing in Chris.
Oh,
And
okay.
it kept coming up with an 8 and then it come
Oh,
up, yeah.
right. Do you want me to do it?
Got it. You should have it now.
Thanks. Well, I
So
will,
you can print that and I'll sign it then?
Yep.
All right, so we stand adjourned. Very good.
Could I get a copy of both the resolutions that were discussed today?
See
The
what's
one from Scott or this one?
Let's see. We
Because
have-
Scott,
Gotta look here.
I didn't keep one of them, the one with WCTA, he just took that
Oh,
out.
that's just a,
Oh, that was just an agreement.
agreement for fiber optic. 3 miles of installation. Let's see what else do we have.
this resolution for the roads.
Yeah.
The
The one with the weight limits, yeah.
That's just standard procedure, usually in the spring.
Even on good years, we still do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gives him the ability to do it without us getting together, and he makes that determination. Should have been done 2 months ago, but would have been nice to restrict it before, but
Really, you should just make it permanent.
That's funny, they show up on the day I'm sitting.
Yeah.
I realize that I'm doubled up already, neither of them are Aflac.
Yeah, what
I was
happened?
I was carrying 4 dust mops, you know, the ones that are like that wide.
Okay.
And I was walking through a doorway, and 2 dust mops on this side hit the doorway, came back, kicked my leg, tripped me forward. My hand, I had some ductwork, it was at my property in Thompson that I'm working on. I had ductwork stacked up, and the end of the ductwork had a sharp edge like right here.
Oh.
And I went like this, just sliced it open right there.
Oh.
It cut both arteries and, severed both arteries, the vein and the nerve. Or not the vein, the tendon and the nerve. So everything had to be reattached. I lost one artery, but they say, yeah, you can get by. The one artery will feed all the veins on the back side, so it's not a big deal. I should get it back. But tomorrow I'll go get a cast, it'll make it smaller.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would be down there.
Here's this one, hon. I'm still waiting for the other one to come to my email. No, it's slow.